Right. I think what was interesting for Navigator is that we had built our business, and we'd been pretty successful, and we'd been able to deliver service in an innovative, a unique, and a different way to customers or to clients over a long period of time. But we really had never been able to figure out how to articulate that in a way that was meaningful to our clients. I don't mean articulate the services that we offered, but the way we offered those services. What was the zeitgeist or the ethos of our place that really made us different in a very fundamental way? We knew that we had it. We knew it was part of what we did. And in fact, we knew it was what our customers or clients liked, but we weren't very good at articulating that in a way that I say was meaningful and powerful to them, and meaningful and powerful to our existing clients, and crucially, of course, meaningful and powerful to clients that we were just meeting. I have to admit, I was a bit of a skeptic at first. I'm not one much for these airport self-help books or the idea that complex issues can be distilled to something that is facile. I'm reminded of the story that told of Margaret Atwood when sitting at a dinner party with a neurosurgeon. The neurosurgeon said that when he retired, he was going to write a novel. And Ms. Atwood replied, when she retired, she was going to be a neurosurgeon. So I often think in the complex world in which we operate and deliver service, and some of these solutions are very facile. They are just a patina of a solution. And as I say, I don't think it's a book you pick up in Toronto and you've read by the time you get to London actually provides a solution. So at first I was a bit of a skeptic about what these guys were proposing and whether it actually would work. It was a mark of my frustration that I was willing to try it. Other things hadn't worked out for us, so I decided, why not? We'll give this a shot. What seemed to be facile at the beginning actually, of course, turned out to be the opposite of that. And it was a very rigorous process. It took us longer than we had originally envisaged. But in the end, we actually got a result. So I guess the process itself, I went from being skeptical, a little bit dismissive, if I'm honest, to actually becoming quite a proponent of it and the power of the approach that we went through. And I certainly, I sell my time for a living, so time is valuable to me. And I think all the time I spent in this process was very, very valuable. Listen, at the end of the day, we came out with our core proposition, which is when you can't afford to lose. And I don't think there's a better way to sum up, as I say, the ethos or the zeitgeist of what this place is all about, both aspirationally, but also in our current state. It doesn't describe what we do, but it certainly describes how we do it and the kind of people that we want to do it for. It's had an enormous effect, almost a transformative effect on the way we pitch business, the way we service our current business, certainly the way I feel personally when I'm out talking about our business. As well, it's very clear for clients now that they can see who we're interested in working with and who actually should come and be part of our process. We're not a low margin provider here. We're not a volume provider. We want a very specific kind of client. We want a C-suite client. We want a board client. We want a client where there's an awful lot at stake. And when you can't afford to lose, articulates that in a very, very helpful way to us. So we've gone from confusion to clarity. And we've done it in a way that's turned out to be quite powerful for our whole organization.